Okay, greetings everybody. It's May 8th, 2025, and you're in tune to House Calls with your man, Dr. Rory T. Edwards. And I want to say that it's a great day just to be able to present another topic of importance to you all. And hopefully, you all will continue to get valuable information from these sessions. And I ask you to please share with somebody that you know in your circle or in your travels that may need to hear some of this information so that we can begin to heal instead of hurting. Uh, You can contact us at www.rorytedwards.com, or you may send us an email at rorytedwards1@gmail.com. So, what do I want to talk about today? Today, I want to talk about a silent epidemic. It's not poverty, it's not violence, it's not even an illness, but it's emotional misery. We've become so used to the struggle that we've forgotten what it means to live. We live in a world now where everything is reactive. And so, what does that do? It depends on how we deflect or how we get rid of that particular energy that puts us in a role of either creating memories or our choice of living in misery. And why do I say that? Well, this past weekend, I had a great opportunity to be around my family. Um, not to talk about the event, but I was inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame in the city for which we lived, and got a great opportunity to just have a great time being around family. It was an awesome time to see all of the people who made the opportunity happen. Some people I had gone to high school with, and just a lot of support from those who came. And I'm really big into making memories because personally, I lived in misery for a very long time. I lived in misery. Everything was a reaction to something. And, I would shut people off for days, for weeks. And the only thing I realized that I was hurting myself because I was missing those opportunities to make memories. Because at the end of the day, for many people, not for many people, for all people, at the end of the day, when the body stops working the way that it used to work when you was 20, 30, 40, or however active you are, at the end of the day, the one thing that's going to keep you going are the memories, are the memories you make. And if you allow those memories to get blocked by toxic energy, by unresponsive, uh, unresponsive suggestions to things, or anything that gets in the way of making those memories, then you are not going to have things to lean on when you get older. And so we have to start thinking about what are those things and how are those moments created in every situation that we have. Because what I'm here to do is remind you that today, that every moment holds two choices. You're either making memories or you're marinating in misery. Okay? So, you're either making memories or you're marinating in misery. And, uh, you just may go around and you may not act the way that needs to happen for you to just enjoy the moments, enjoy the things that are around you. And those things can really change the projection of the energy. And so, what is the one thing that most of us don't take advantage of or even look at it as not responsible. And it's the greatest gift that we're given every day, that we have an opportunity to wake up and experience the greatest gift to man, which is called time. Time is not given to everybody. There's people who didn't wake up this morning. Somewhere in this world, there's somebody who didn't wake up. So if you had the opportunity to wake up today, make a memory. Make a memory. It determines whether you have a photo album of joy or a cage of regret. Because that energy, that misery that you live in, will put you in a cage where at the end of the day, when you're looking for situations or reflections, you're not going to have any, because you didn't create them in the opportunities that you had. And most people are looking for the home run hit to be the memories. No, they're the small things. They're the small things. They're the things that most people would not even, because we're so consumed with what's going around us in the world, that we're not consumed with the fact that uh, you can just go out and walk in the sunshine. That's created a memory. Or you can sit in the house and complain about it being too hot. Well, if you live in a place that has four seasons, eventually it's going to be too cold. So if you make an excuse about everything that is being a part of your daily rituals, your daily routines, then change that up. Change that energy up. Change up your vibration. Change up your rhythm to do something that's going to engage and incorporate memories into your life. Now, people say, well, what is misery? Misery isn't just sadness. Misery is I'm gonna give you some points that misery is, because people say you may be overusing the word, or you may be not explaining it to the degree that it affects me. But we all go through some miserable times because we're humans. But you don't allow the misery to dominate your daily routines and making memories. So, what are some of the things that misery is defined by? One is replaying what hurt you and call it protection. You keep bringing it up. You keep bringing it up. Well, this happened to me. Well, this happened to me. And this happened to me. That's why I am who I am. Well, we have two opportunities. We can either become the victim of that hurt, or we can become the victor of conquering that hurt and move on and never repeat that hurt again. That's one of the sayings, that we will never, ever repeat that segment of our life again. And that gives you the victor badge instead of the victim badge. That's number one. What's number two? Being in the rooms where you shrink instead of shine. Being in the room where you shrink instead of shine. So you go into the room and you think everybody is talking about you. Everybody is not paying attention to what you are. And so you shrink into the fabric of the room instead of walking around like the king or queen you are. And you don't worry about what people think, because you know why? Because your aura is way up here. It's purple. It's dark purple. And your energy is so very vibrant that people gravitate towards you. So those are the things. And number three, keeping people in your life who make your soul itch, right? Keeping people in your life who make your soul itch. You know, when you get around them, you just become all uncomfortable, and you don't really realize what those people are doing to you and your opportunity to make memories. And what's number four? Waking up with no plan to smile, to laugh, or to live. How many people just get out of bed and I ain't gonna do nothing? I'm just gonna stay around the house, and where I'm gonna go? Where am I gonna go? There's things that you can do that are going to help you to create memories. So I can't talk about these things without, on the flip side, how memories are built with intention. right? Because we don't build memories just to build them. We build them with intention, because those are the days that you've been with somebody. Say, for instance, you're in a relationship and you've been with somebody for years, and you both are just sitting there silently, and you both just start to laugh, and you start to laugh, and you don't realize that the universe has connected your thoughts to bring up a memory that you both were engaged in, and it becomes something that you both interact in, and you start laughing without no purpose, and you're saying, where did that come from? You know where it came from? It came from that memory that was created with intention, right? So here are some things that you can do to create memories with intention. One, you turn off the noise to hear a child's laughter. So many people don't understand that a child's laughter is the sign of life, that a new life was created. A new life is something that's happening in this child, that's getting this child to understand that laughter gives them the opportunity to live longer. They say if you laugh every day, you'll live 10 years longer than your life expectancy. So I encourage you to laugh every day and turn off the noise that's going on around in your life. Turn it off. Um, Number two, leaving the job that pays you well but costs you peace. So many people say, well, I need this job. Well, if you want a job that's going to cause you peace, do something that connects to your purpose. Do something that you would do every day. Even if you didn't have to get paid, you would do it because it brings you that much peace in your life. And what's number three when we talk about creating memories with intention? Going on a trip. I love to travel. I love to travel. And so those are some of the things. Going on a trip, taking that walk. I said earlier, just get out the house, just walk around, get in touch, get connected with nature. Get connected with nature. Do something like that. The other thing is calling that loved one today, not next week, because tomorrow's not promised. So if you have something or someone that you need to connect with and you're thinking about them, pick up the phone. Most of the times we don't want to pick up the phone because the misery that we were in when we were no longer in that relationship, we believe that person's still holding it. But in reality, we're still holding it. The person's probably gone on and moved on in life and is creating new memories. Just call that person up, call that loved one up or whatever, and just say, I was thinking about you today. The worst thing that can happen, they can hang up on you, right? But you create that memory of, I did it. At least I did it, right? So let me tell you this: peace is a decision, and so is misery. Which one will you choose today? Peace is a decision, and so is misery. So which one will you do? Which one will you choose? Which one will you choose? I want to ask you some questions then, see how you feel about this. What was the last memory you created that made you feel alive? What was that last memory? And when you got that feeling, what's keeping you from making more? You may have created memories with somebody and or something or somewhere, and you haven't been back there. You haven't been back there. And you're wondering why you have no balance. Because the things that make us feel good, those are the things that we need to connect with. Those are the things that we need to um, give our energy to. Not just the fact that we have to give our energy to things that are around us. Create new opportunities for you. Create new opportunities for you that give you positive feelings, positive memories, and sort of deflects the thoughts of toxic energy or misery, right? Um, so I want you to do a few things. I want you to do a few things that are going to get rid of that. One, I want you to replace that miserable thought uh, with some great memories. That's what I want you to do. I want you to replace it. I want you to replace each situation that you feel is negative with something that's positive, because it's going to give you more energy than the negative thought. Number two, What miserable opportunity or miserable situation are you going to release today? Get rid of it today. If you got to drive somewhere to scream it out, scream it out. Scream, go to the top of the mountains. I mean, I live where the mountains are, so I can go to the top of the mountains and scream that thought that's holding me down, that's weighing me down in my life. Or you can go outside in your backyard, do something, go to the gym, right? Take that brisk walk, do something. And as you're walking, release that miserable thought, that toxic energy that's holding you down from growth. And what's another thing? Put together a calendar. You know how I feel about journaling. You know how I feel about journaling. Put together a calendar or a journal that you share every day, a memory in it. So when you go back, you can reflect on how that memory made you feel. And, it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. If you didn't know that, it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. And when you greet people, if you smile, it also gives them an opportunity to smile. And so, what are we doing? We are now releasing positive energy into the universe. And when you release positive energy into the universe, it will give it back to you. I promise you that, right? So, I want to give you three questions for the soul. Today I'm going a little different, but I'm going to give you three questions for the soul. Let me see. Okay, number one, I want you to really write these down if you're going to listen and if you're listening. Write these down. Am I choosing joy or just choosing what's familiar? Sometimes many of us choose what's familiar because it's easy. I've done it over and over and over. But what is the memory it's creating? Right? So am I choosing joy or am I just choosing what's familiar? Number two, do my routines create memories or drain me into misery? Right? Now, misery could be exhaustion. It could be I'm tired. It could be I'm giving up. It could be procrastination. It could be all of that stuff. Because if it's not providing, when you go to bed, if you don't have energy, then you could have used a lot of misery and toxic energy that drains your body. And then you got to look at what did I accomplish today? What did I accomplish? When you go to bed, you think about those memories that you created and you say, wow, those are real powerful. And you go to bed. And the third thing, my mother always says I'm morbid sometimes, but I have to be because for me, death is reality, right? So many people are running from the fact that I don't want to die. Well, you're going to die. You're going to die. I'm sorry to tell you. But you have an opportunity right now to live and create memories versus dying in misery or dying alive. So, the third question, if I died tomorrow, what would people say I lived for? If I died tomorrow, what would people say that you live for? Number two, again, is do my routines create memories or drain me into misery? That's number two. So, I want to talk about the Rory T. Edwards group just a little bit because I want to tell you what we do and what we provide for people. We created our wellness assessment and program that operates under the title of the Empower Nine wellness method. Because I'm going to tell you real quick why we created the Empower Nine. Most people who come to me and my group for therapy, most people come with an assessment of they've already identified what their problem is. And in most cases, they're 99% wrong because they take the most biggest one that's affecting them the most and they make that their main problem where in reality it may not be their main problem. And so what is the nine phases of Empower Nine of our wellness program? What does it address? So it addresses nine phases. It addresses your physical, it addresses your emotional, it addresses your relationships, it addresses your environmental, it addresses your occupational, it addresses your spiritual, it addresses your social, it addresses your financial, and it addresses your intellectual. Now, once we assess you on all of those areas, 99% of the time we're going to find that your major problem is one that you had no idea about, right? You had no idea. You knew it existed, but you didn't realize how much it affected your overall outcome in your life. And so when we address it from those perspectives, we then are able to help you plant a blueprint for creating memories instead of living in misery. And so we encourage you that if you would like to experiment in some type of therapeutic assessment and some therapeutic assistance in helping you to become the best person and the best version of yourself that this life has put you on this earth to create, the Rory T. Edwards Group is your it's the thing that you need to it's for you. It is for you. And how do you get to us? www.rorytedwards.com, or you can go to an email at rorytedwards1@gmail.com, and you can get on my calendar, and you can have an exploratory conversation, and we will give you the opportunity to do that. So I want to do this in my closing messages. um, don't let misery rent space in your life while joy sits on the sidelines. Don't just exist, experience the most important stuff in your life. Experience. I want you to do a few other things. I'm gonna give you all the things to do today. I want you to take a picture. I see people all day walking around taking selfies. I was in the airport the other day, and I saw a lady that she must have took about 70 selfies before she got on the plane. So I mean, but it's funny because that just shows either she's so shallow that she doesn't know what she looks like from minute to minute, or she just loves herself like that. But that's one. Another one is I want you to laugh loud, but don't do it in public because people are gonna look all at you. But laugh when you laugh, laugh loud and laugh from your soul. Laugh from your soul. Don't just laugh artificially. Laugh from your soul. I want you to dance like you've never danced before. And this is the biggest one, I think. I want you to make peace with the past and plans with the people that you love. That's what we did this past weekend. We made plans. We had everybody in town. We had the family. We had a great time. Memories. Memories. So you got to do that. That's the stuff you got to do. You have to do. You know why I say that? Because one day, and we all will have that one day, when the memories we made or the misery we lived in will dominate our whole being. And we're going to have to tolerate that. We're going to have to live in that, right? That's what we're going to have to do. So, hopefully, you found this important today. I want to call to action. I want to give you a call to action. I want you to share this episode with someone who needs a reminder that joy is not a destination, it's a decision, right? Tag 3 people in comment. I choose memories, not misery. And I want to say thank you to Lynette Harper Peterson for joining and sharing something. And again, to my sister, she had a great speech last night, got a great award. I don't want to say the name because I might mess it up, but she got a great award. And also, I got to say, I saw my man in Connecticut, Michael Rice. He said, "Man," he said, I watch your podcast every week. Just say my name." So I'm saying your name, Michael Skeet Rice. Thank you very much for the connections we saw this weekend, and also for all the people who were at the event. Thank you very much for your compliments and well wishes. So, till the next time, I want to leave you all in peace, power, and purpose. And I want to leave you with Ashe. Be well.